wanna know what's happening with Automobilista 2? Keep watching because we're gonna tell you right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing. We realized a couple of days ago that we had not told you any further news from Automobilista 2, which was planned for December of this year. But before we do that, if you want to be informed about new videos, click subscribe and also click on the bell and then enjoy! Of course, and as you can see in these videos, Reza are publishing a lot of work in progress, which is always very interesting. Go ahead and subscribe their channel if you're interested in Automobilista 2, because you're gonna get a lot of impressions of what they are working on and how it looks like. So it's time for a news roundup, and I'll start with the bad news. As I said, it was planned for December, but the launch has been moved to March 2020, with the beta being available from February 2020 on. As it happens often with software development, you have a lot of ideas, you want to implement a lot of ideas, you start working on a lot of ideas, and then you notice, whoops, I don't have time to finish them all in time, so let's move the release. Oh well, no Christmas with Automobilista 2. There's gonna be a lot of happy families in Christmas because they are going to see their loved ones, and not only on YouTube racing Automobilista 2. Now to the good news. Together, as we said in older videos, with all the content that is already in Automobilista, there's gonna be new tracks. Donington and Snetterton are new in Automobilista 2 after Brands Hatch, Alton Park and Catwell Park were already in there. Kyalami is gonna be in there, and in 3 versions: 1976, 1992 and modern. If you don't know about this track, watch the video that we did on the Assetto Corsa mod. And as the next confirmed track, we have Jerez de la Frontera, which was for a while used in Formula 1 and it's still an existing track, so we're gonna see a version from the 80s and a version from today. Now to the cars. There is a new series in Brazil called Sprint Race, which is a low-level entry series, and the cars from this series are gonna be in Automobilista 2. It's always very interesting to race cars and series which we are not finding in other sims, which is one of the best things that Reza has done to us sim racers. As was said already, the Formula Classic and the McLarens, more specifically any McLaren that Ayrton Senna raced on, are gonna be on Automobilista 2, and of course the classics from Automobilista, Formula V and Super V8, which are absolutely not Formula 1. Now to things in the logic of the game that are also very interesting. Not only is it gonna have dry and wet weather, which we already knew, the weather conditions are gonna be based on climate, and one thing Reza are especially proud of, they're gonna be able to apply thermodynamic physics from the Madness engine. Thermo what, you're asking? If you have a track like Kyalami, which is kinda high, or Mexico, the high altitude of these tracks means that you have less aerodynamic pressure, and of course there's less oxygen reaching the engine. This means that the cars react differently, and this is something that Reza is gonna be able to apply in Automobilista 2. It's gonna be very interesting for setups and for very different races to what we are accustomed. Another thing Reza is proud of, they have implemented faster physics timing, which means that the Madness engine in Automobilista 2 is gonna do more physics calculations rotations per second, leading to more accurate physics and therefore force feedback, and much more accurate, precise, and hopefully realistic audio. Talking about force feedback, not only are the physics gonna be better, which is good for force feedback, but the tire model has been cleaned up so that the immersion based on the force feedback that we had in Automobilista is gonna be even better. Two other things: the AI code, which was already quite good in Automobilista, they even reacted in the right way to blue flags, has been polished, and there's gonna be a dedicated tool for setting up multiplayer servers. One thing that has not changed in Automobilista 2, there is still an early backing campaign, which Reza said themselves paid for the rides for Jerez, where you can pre-order Automobilista 2, will get a license for Automobilista and all of its DLCs, and will have around, I think it was 2 or 3 years of DLCs for Automobilista 2. If you don't want to wait for Automobilista 2, don't worry, we have tons of videos sharing the joy of sim racing. Check them out. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thanks for all the comments. We love to hear from you. If you like this video, applaud by giving it a thumbs up and share it around. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to be informed about new videos and to become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. And if you already did, thank you very much for that. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.